Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday. Hopefully you guys had a great week so far. Today is Friday, November 19th. It's 6:20 right now, so we have about 10 minutes till market open. I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we can get started. So let me just get these links posted up now. And then we should be good to go. So I'm just share this right here. All right, that's good. Good. That's good. Solid. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium real quick. For we should get to go for the most part. All right, cool. It's like people are making their way in right now. All right, give it a few more minutes for people to make their way in. Got that going right there. All right, cool. So happy Friday, guys. If you guys are just making your way in, it's 6:22 right now. We got about 8 minutes till market open. So when the market does open shortly, we can get started with our analysis. The market's been kind of crazy during London session. I'm not sure if you guys were following it. I did see some of you guys did trade during London session. And even right now during US session, it's spiked up like pretty heavily. You guys got to keep in mind that today's a heavy Fed day as well. I mean, this whole week's been pretty heavy Fed, but today's is no different, right? We have a Fed member Waller speaking at 7:45. We also have Fed member Clarita speaking at 9:15. Also, the Treasury currency report is tentative for today. So you guys want to be a little careful if you guys are deciding to, trade today. I'm probably not going to trade myself today. I made a lot of profit this week, so I don't want to risk any of it trading on a risky day like today, especially because prices spiked up so high right here. Since price spiked up so high like this is either due for a correction back downwards, or it's just going to keep pushing, and then you're going to see some unusual price movements all throughout the session. So I'll be here on the live session answering questions. I'll be looking for trades, but for my own personal trading, I don't think I'm going to be entering any trades. It's happened to me before, and I'm sure it's happened to you guys in the past as well, where you guys trade and have a great week, and then you guys decide to trade on Friday and you guys lose all your profit, if not a lot of it. So one thing that you guys do want to keep in mind is the fact that today's going to be a very risky day. There's just a lot of factors playing in today that will make the market a bit risky. And Friday's just risky in general as is. So, Friday being risky plus the Fed speaking, plus the Treasury currency report, plus retail sentiment is just neutral, plus fundamentals are all over the place. There's like so many things, so many red flags indicating that today's going to be risky. You should only be trading if you if you're like absolutely positive that price is going to move in one direction, then you should trade. But I think there's going to be a lot of times today where you're going to be looking at the chart and you're going to be really confused as to where it's going to be going. And that's normal. Today's Friday. So given that it's a Friday, you're going to see some unusual movements in price. And the reason for that is because a lot of people are exiting their positions on Friday, right? You're going to have a lot of people who are just waiting for the time to pull out. And then at one moment, a lot of people are going to pull out. And when they pull out of their positions, they're going to have to sell their positions, right? So if they do that, their price is probably going to spike down. And then what happens is people will pull out of their buy positions and will pull up, or people will buy the dip, just like exactly what happened last Friday. So for this session, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions all throughout the session. I'll answer any questions for you. And just a reminder, I'm probably not going to be trading today because I do see today being a bit risky. If I see something good, I'll take it. Or if I do see any good entries, I will call them. But you guys just need to keep in mind that today is going to be one of the the riskier days of the week to be trading. So we got half the people here in the Zoom right now. I'm going to let people continue to join in, and then we can get started with with our analysis. So morning B, morning Lisa, maybe your trade hit yesterday, bro. I'm not sure if you're following it. I'm pretty sure you were, but your 3 minute daily hit, and yeah, so your 3 minute daily hit there. I remember you and Rav were like one of the few people that entered it straight to TP. So great move on entering that trade, and also the daily entry from yesterday hit as well. So yeah, I mean, great work to everybody who took, you know, those trades yesterday, the daily right here. This was a daily from yesterday that hit full TP for 1,500 pips. I didn't put the update because I didn't take the trade, so I don't want to put that up, but it did hit full TP on the 10 minute. Some of you guys did take that trade. And then I know B and a couple other people took 3 minute right here, and that hit full TP as well. Even though I wasn't in it, I mean, it was nice to see it hit. And you guys did a great job on trusting the strategy, because, you know, the strategy works perfectly fine. It's just for me, I don't like taking trades that are risky, but you guys did take it and it did hit full TP for you guys. So, you know, great work with that. Anyways, going back over here, morning Lisa, morning Peter, morning Mauricio, morning Matt. Lisa said, I read the impact was due to the COVID news in Europe and about how hard COVID is hitting and the potential impact on the economy recovery. No, exactly. I agree too, Lisa. I did see that on CNBC as well. Paul said, feeling much better today. Thanks to antibiotics. Nice work, Paul. Yeah, no, I'm glad to see you here back in the room and feeling better, because you were feeling sick yesterday. Hopefully it wasn't COVID and you're just, you just had a little bit of the flu or the cold, since it's starting to get a bit colder out here. Morning, Lisa. Yeah, B said, yeah, it hit. I was going to keep it running because it went up to initial price, like I said, but I got out at 5K. 5K is nothing to complain about. B, that's nice work to you with trusting that. But yeah, no, you missed it on the daily as well. Morning, Jennifer. Yeah, no, definitely B. So yeah, B said that he missed the 3 minute, but he took he missed it on the daily, but he took the 3 minute during the daily that hit, and he used that as a confluence. So that's good. Definitely. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So Paul said he had a sinus infection. Yeah. Good thing it wasn't anything horrible, like anything worse, Paul, because, you know, some people have gotten COVID like recently. They've been sick for like a week, if not longer. And it was like pretty bad. So I'm glad that you didn't get that and you're back here. So 6:28 right now, guys. Market is opening in about 2 minutes. Let's check out the retail sentiment. It's currently 53% short right now. Now 55%. You guys can see the volatility, right? A few minutes ago, it was 53. I just refreshed it. Now it's at 55. People are playing the market right now. So with people playing the market, you're going to see price moving up and down pretty quickly, which is a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing where you can push price directly to your TP, or a good thing or a bad thing where they can push price directly to your stop loss. You guys want to be careful with that. Looking over here at CNBC, this is currently showing that the futures data is 82 points in the red, meaning that it's bearish. However, it's not. That doesn't mean it's going to stay bearish when the market opens in the next 2 minutes. Going over here to the fundamentals, not open yet. Refreshing CNBC pre-market right now. The Dow's down 70 points. S&P's up barely less than a point. As Nasdaq's up 68 points. Oil's down 1.5 points, and the 10-year bond is also down. You can see right here, Dow futures slide as European COVID woes dent global sentiment. Tech shares rise. So this is exactly what Lisa was just referring to. So, you know, COVID is coming. Well, COVID's been here, but it's going to be resurfacing because it's starting to get cold. So a lot of people are getting sick. They're not sure whether they're having the flu, the cold, or COVID. So, I mean, who knows? So we'll see what happens in the next couple months or so. You know, hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad. But as you guys can see there, there's a bit of some indecisiveness with regards to fundamentals. Looking at the technicals, we have well, it was bullish, but now it's coming back down. Same here on the 3-minute. Let's see here on the 3-minute, it was far move up where it's bullish right now, and it's bullish because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Here on the 10-minute, price is I gotta clean this stuff up. Charts all messy. Charts over here for the 10-minute are currently indecisive because price is bouncing around over the pivot areas. Trend meter is red, however. So as you guys can see from the technicals, there's no clear direction, right? The 10-minute is indecisive. There's no bullish or bearish bias. 3-minute is bullish, and the 1-minute is going right down to the middle. So if you guys remember earlier, I remember that I mentioned that the price went up here, and price is likely to possibly fill the gap and just come right back down. And then from there, it can decide whether it wants to, you know, continue back up or if it wants to continue dropping further. But today's going to be a bit of a risky day. So I don't plan on trading my own personal account today, guys. So if you guys do want to trade, keep in mind that it's going to be a bit risky. Let's pull up the fundamentals real quick, refresh this for the daily. Daily is currently down 169 points. So the bias today is for sure going to be a sell. However, it can easily change at any moment. So you guys want to just keep that in mind. Refreshing this over here. This is the stock index for the Dow 30. It's currently very red, right? So we're looking for sells here. Right here at this point, in order for you to take a sell entry for the breakout, you would need a strong red candle to close after or on this candle here. So if this candle here closes with a strong red candle, meaning a red candle with little to no wick on the bottom side, then that would be an indication that you can take this for a sell, applying the breakout strategy. However, if it doesn't close within the next 4 minutes, because we need that entry before 6:35, then there's not going to be a breakout today. So that's something that you guys want to pay attention to if you guys are planning on taking the breakout. I'll put the requirements here for the pivot scalp and the high-low. For those of you looking to enter those trades, but just like I mentioned before, guys, I'm not going to be trading my own account today. So I made a really good profit this week. So I'm not trying to throw it away today by taking risky trades. That's the main reason why I'm not going to be trading today. It's all about self-discipline. So this is the breakout right here, guys. For whoever wants to take it, I don't recommend you guys take it, but I'm just going to mark it up here. I think it's going to be risky because everything is so one-sided, right? Everything here is bearish, or not actually. The 3-minute here is not bearish yet. It's just a big drop. But everything else here is kind of just one-sided. Looking at the stock index, it is very red. Reason why you don't want to trade when things are one-sided like this is because price can easily just spike right back up, right? You're going to see a lot of manipulation where price comes down. And even though the fundamentals are very red, they're down 181 points, they can easily just spike back up at any moment. So you guys want to be very careful if you guys are taking these trades here. So, and one thing that you also want to keep in mind is that the TP right here is going to be at the New York low from yesterday. So it's coming to a very critical price point. So what you want to do is at this point, if you're in this position, I do recommend that you move your stop loss and profit to protect your position. If you get stopped out in profit like you would have done right there, that's completely fine. But today's not a day to be taking some like crazy risks. Or if you guys haven't moved your stop loss and profit yet, you might want to move at this point because it is a bit risky. So I'm just going to set an alert there. So if and when it does drop to full TP, I'll give you guys an update, but I'm not in the position, or I'm not taking any positions today at all. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's see if it hits. I mean, I hope it hits because, obviously I want to show you guys that the strategy still works, even though the market's moving all crazy. But for me personally, you guys know how I trade. I'm very conservative. I don't like taking risky trades here. So I'm not going to take it, even though it's a, valid entry. It's about to hit TP, it looks like. So see as it pushes down a little lower. There you go, full TP off the breakout. So great work to whoever caught it. Like I mentioned, I didn't take the trade, but I'll give you guys the update because we did identify it before it even came down. So, big congrats to everybody here. It looks like Paul took it. He said, let's go. Took the daily with the smaller target, critical price point. He made 2K. So yeah, Paul hit TP off that right there. So great work off that, Paul. And to whoever else, made profit off that trade. If you guys made profit off it, then go ahead and send in your profits and I'll add them to the group. Otherwise, we'll continue on with these other scalps as we follow through with this. But yeah, definitely great work to whoever caught the breakout there. As you guys can see, the strategy works perfectly fine. It's just a risky trade. So that's why I'm not taking it. But I will be giving you guys the update here. So if you guys have profits, go ahead and send them over. If not, then it's completely fine. We'll wait for the next entry here. And you can see price spiking right back up, right? So this is why you guys can't get greedy. You guys have to pull out of your positions when you're supposed to. That's why I never recommend that you guys hold on to it longer than the TP, because the thing is, you guys got to remember that there's always going to be another entry, right? It's not always going to be like, there's not just one entry you're going to take for this entire day. There's always going to be multiple entries that are going to come up. So, instead of being greedy and trying to hold on to that, then you would, you basically would have lost all your profit here if you got greedy and didn't pull out when you're supposed to, because it went way past the TP over here. So let's see, anything else over here? All right. So other than that, let's see. All right, let me get to the questions. So I'm not really focused on taking any specific trades today, so I'll be answering questions all throughout the day. So if you guys have questions, drop your questions in the chat. You guys could feel free to ask any questions all throughout the session because I'm not planning on trading anything today myself. I will be looking for trades. If I see something good, I'll tell you guys and you guys can take it. If I see something really good, I'll take it on my own account. But yeah, for myself, I'm just not going to be taking it because I already made some pretty good profit. If you guys saw my profits I have another profit that I took pre-market, and I'll send it to you guys. But if you, as you guys can see here, this is from yesterday, right? Or this is from Asia session. I'm already up today, like well over 1,000 or 2,000. And then the day before that, I was up like 6,000, almost 7,000. Again, my other account. So as you guys can see, I had a bunch of wins this whole week, no losses. So this is me being disciplined and not taking and not, getting FOMO and wanting to trade, because you guys can see all my trades from this entire week. I haven't had any losses, and this is all done live. I took all these trades with you guys live here. So this is just from last week, or no, from this week actually. So the week started right here. This is where the week started. Profits from Sunday or Monday, whatever it was. Profits for Tuesday, or that's Monday as well, Monday Asia session. And then profits from Tuesday, profits from Wednesday, profits from Thursday. I've had a great week so far, so I'm not going to risk taking any like random trades today that are unnecessary and lose, profits that I could have just taken with me. So that's why I am not going, like, I'm not planning on trading today because I don't want to lose any. Like, I'm already up so deep this week that I don't want to lose any trades and then be mad at myself for trading when I know I shouldn't have. And that's the key, guys. Once you guys trade for long enough, you guys will build the discipline where you guys will understand that you don't have to trade every single day and you don't have to take every single trade. Like for me, I'm very selective with the trades I take. And that's why I have such a high win rate here. It's not luck, it's skill. I'm like basically identifying what's a really good trade and then I'm taking it. And that's why even you've seen my lot sizes this week too, right? This week was kind of slow. That's why my normal lot size is a 10 lot. You guys have seen here where this week I've been taking 15. The reason for that is because the market hasn't really been moving fast this week. Monday, Tuesday was super dead, and then it picked up Wednesday and yesterday where I made a killing. But normally I'm taking like a 10 lot. So these are from last week. I still make about the same profit. The only reason I change is because I'm taking less trades and the trades have been more high quality. So that's why I've been taking a bigger lot size. Once you guys are funded, you guys aren't going to be attempted to keep rushing trades, right? I know a lot of you guys feel pressure because you guys are trying to get funded. So you guys feel that you need to pass your challenge within a couple of days. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's not necessary once you guys are funded because you don't guys have a time limit. It's just about winning and stacking up your profits. But the thing is, so here's the thing: if you guys are trying to get funded and you guys are taking all these risks and you guys have failed multiple challenges, then you're obviously doing something wrong, right? You're starting to realize that you're rushing the trades and you're taking trades that you're not supposed to. If you were just patient and traded like how I did and didn't take any losses for like maybe a week or maybe even 2 weeks, then you would have been funded by now, right? So, the thing is, like, it's all psychological. It's all in your head. You're like literally forcing yourself to take these risky trades when you don't even need to. You have 30 days to pass the challenge. If you would just take proper trades for like 10 days or 20 days, you guys could easily pass your challenge. But the thing is, you guys are trying to pass it within 1 day. And I haven't looked at the chat, but I think this is probably Rick right now. Yeah, Rick wants to pass it like within 10 minutes or 10 trades. So yeah, that's about it. So let me see if there's anything else here that I need to see. There's anything else here that I'm missing? Sorry, guys. Let me check this real quick. Sorry, sorry, because I have a Friendsgiving today. I totally forgot to order my food. Let me Yeah, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna answer questions, and I'm also gonna trade, and I'm also gonna order my Friendsgiving dinner for my party later. Totally forgot to order dinner for tonight. But yeah, here, let me answer some questions first. And then if you guys see me kind of like zone out a little bit, I'm not zoning out. I'm trying to order dinner for my Friendsgiving today, which I forgot to order last night. All right. All right, let's just get to these questions first. So let me scroll up real quick. And okay, so let me scroll up real quick and see what did I miss. So scrolling up real quick. The first question that I see here is from Jennifer. Jennifer's asking, why was that a breakout? Shouldn't there have been a 1 minute signal? No, Jennifer. So I think you're mixing up the strategies again. I know we talked yesterday about you mixing up strategies and trying to learn too much at once, and but the breakout doesn't require a signal. The breakout just requires, so let me go over here and I'll just explain to you again. And don't look at any of these right here, because all of these right here require a signal breakout here. So you're probably that's probably what it is. Because applying the breakout before you join K2. We were doing it a lot during summer because the market was slower. There was lower volatility. Now volatility is high, so the breakout is harder to catch because it is moving too quickly where it's hard to catch it. So basically for the breakout, you're looking for, and there's different ways to apply it. So here's 630 right here. When the market opens, you're looking for a trade in the direction of momentum. Right here, we have a sell signal, right? So you have a sell signal, and what you're looking for is a strong red candle following it, because you're looking for a sell. If it's a green candle, like if you have a buy signal, then you're looking for a strong green candle, but it's a sell signal here. So you're looking, there's no signal that you're looking for to enter the trade. It's a breakout. You can only have like a few minutes to take it. So when the market opened right here, after the opening candle, you're looking for the first strong red candle. This is a strong red candle, right? It's a red candle with little to no wick on the bottom side. So if you were to take this trade here, you would enter that and you'd go for 500 pips. You're not looking for a signal. There's no signal there. You're just looking for a confirmation that price is going that direction, because price is probably going to break out further that way. So for example, right here, price moves in that direction. There's a breakout. Same with yesterday, right? I don't know if we took a breakout yesterday or even if there was one, but let me see if I can find one over here. I'll just go real quick to show you. So going over here. Now I'll just delete that, telling me that. Let me just go back to 630 to see if I can show you, because I don't remember if we took the breakout yesterday or even if there was one. All right, so market opened right here at 630. Yeah, and the breakout was right here. So, all right, here's 630 right here. 630 is right here. Candle open right here. We have a sell signal, right? So we're looking for a strong red candle. Next candle here, it's not a strong red candle because there's a big wick on the bottom side. Right here, this is a green candle. There's no strong red candle with no wick on the bottom side. Right here, there's a big wick on the bottom side, so it's not a strong red candle. We have about two more tries because it's up until 635. Right there, no entry, right? Because this is a green candle. We need a strong red candle. There's no buy signal, so we're not looking for a buy. Next candle right here, I think this is the last one. Okay, right here, this is 635. It's a strong red candle. The wick on the bottom is not that big, meaning that the body's a lot stronger, a lot thicker than the wick down here. So with that said, this would be the breakout. And it's the same thing, 500 pips. It's a quick move for a breakout. And then from this point, it runs. And there you go, full TP. So I think you're mixing up the strategies, Jennifer. I don't think you understand what the breakout is because it doesn't require a signal. You're just looking for confirmation that price is going to continue in the direction of momentum after the market opens. It's a breakout because every day at 6:30, and I'm sure you've been trading for a while, so like when the market opens, within the first couple of minutes, there's a breakout that happens. And then it either pulls back to opening price or it continues to push in that direction. So yeah, I don't see if you commented back on that, but that's the strategy there. So that would be the breakout because of those specific reasons that I just explained right there. And if you're still confused about it, you can go back and check the videos, or maybe just don't check the videos because we talked about it yesterday. I told you that you should just focus on what you want to trade. But if you're trying to focus on like 6 strategies at once, you're just going to fail at all of them. So you want to make sure that you stick to maybe 1 or 2, and then just focus on those and master that. Because I don't want you guys to be, trying to learn so many different strategies and then not getting any of them. Because that's what happens. I see a lot of people join K2 and they want to learn every single strategy. And what happens is they start mixing strategies and using different requirements for different strategies. And then they end up, messing up altogether. So definitely should just focus on 2 strategies right now, whatever you like doing. For me personally, these are the main strategies that I apply. I trade on the 1 minute mostly now because volatility is so high. I don't really trade on the 3 minute as much. I do sometimes, but it's not a usual thing for me, right? Because I'd rather get in and out quickly rather than holding on to a trade for too long. If I see something really good, then yeah, I'll take it. But for the most part, I'm usually not taking trades on the higher time frame. But yeah, hopefully that helps, Jennifer. Let's see. Jennifer said, got it. I've only been looking at anything other than Forex since I joined K2, but yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah, no, definitely, Jennifer, 100%. I just want to make sure that you're getting it and you're not confusing the strategies. So I don't see anything here off the 1 minute. I mean, there's technically probably a high-low scalp here as continues on. There's technically a pivot scalp entry right here. I personally wouldn't take this pivot scalp entry though, because price is ranging, right? This is key now. Well, this is key that I started to realize. I mean, unless you're trying to trade riskier and whatnot, but drawing your own, right, like using the high lows to draw range helps a lot, because this will help you it'll help prevent you from trading in a range, right? Because if you drew the high low right here, you can see that price is clearly in a range. Like price is clearly going sideways, and this is generally where you don't want to be trading. You don't want to be trading where price is going sideways like this, because it's just prepping for a breakout, right? Which could be a breakout to the downside or a breakout to the upside. And the thing is, you're just gambling at that point, right? You want to make sure that you're trading where you're absolutely positive price is going to move in that direction. If price isn't moving in that direction, then you don't want to just hop in for no reason, even though it's probably going to hit TP, but I wouldn't take it because it's just such a risky move. I would rather wait for it to break below and close for a high low, and then I'll take that trade because I'll use this as a confluence to enter this trade down here, even though it's a late entry. But yeah, there's a 1 minute pivot scalp right there. Not one that I would recommend for that specific reason, because price is ranging. But we'll follow it, and I'll give you guys an alert if it does. And just a reminder, guys, if you guys are just joining the room, I'm not planning on taking any trades today, because today is Friday and there's a lot of news in the market causing a lot of uncertainty as to where price is going to be going. So I'm going to sit tight today, and I'll be answering questions, but I'm not necessarily going to be taking trades myself. I'm going to put alert, because I'm not going to take this myself. We'll just come back and check on it shortly. But other than that, see if there's anything else right here. Yeah, Maine said, we love the swing highs and lows over here. Gonna wait a bit more. Yeah, that's a smart move, Maine. I would recommend you do so as well, because we obviously don't want to trade when price is in a range. We want it when price is breaking below or outside of the range, so that we can hop into a trade right there. Because you can see right here, price is gonna have to pull back. The reason for this pullback is because this red candle right here was so big. This is another thing that you guys want to be careful of. Whenever you guys see a big candle like this, odds are price is going to retrace back, right? Like for example, see how this big red candle happened right here? More likely than not, price is going to pull back. And that's exactly what happened here. Price pulled back and then it came back down. And then another big candle right here, price pulled back and then it came back down. So as you can see, another big candle right here, what do you think is going to happen? Price is probably going to pull back and then it'll come back down, right? So you guys just want to be careful with this. This is something that you'll start to realize more and more you trade. And I'm just going to close this because we're not in this trade. I was just drawing it to show you guys for an example, even though I didn't recommend that you guys take that. You guys can see the same patterns repeat itself, right? But just check whenever you guys see a big candle like this. If you see a big candle and then it goes into a range, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to repeat itself. Big candle, retracement, big candle, retracement, big candle, retracement. So what do you think is going to happen after? Price will probably get close to this area and it'll probably just come right back down. And it's just going to keep repeating itself until it breaks outside this range, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Like you guys want to be careful and just follow what I've been looking at here, because obviously, my analysis here plays out pretty fine. You guys just, whenever I think it's going to be risky, you guys should definitely probably take that into consideration than to just enter trades blindly. Because it's sorry guys, because it's obviously a trade that I don't recommend you guys take. If I'm not taking it, it's probably not a good trade to take. If it was a good trade, I would have taken it. But yeah, other than that, yeah, so let's see what's going on over here. All right, let me scroll up a little bit. Just want to make sure that I'm not missing any other questions. I don't want to skip over questions. I want to make sure everyone's questions get answered today. All right, answered Jennifer's question. Let's see. Yeah, Paul. Rick, you gotta like control yourself, bro. You're like you're in a downward spiral. Like you were doing so well this week, and then you're starting to lose everything just in the last 2 days. So, I know that you feel like you need to make it back, Rick, because you said you lost 4K yesterday and you're going to make 8K today, but you're losing more money, right? You're not getting any better. You're just going deeper and deeper into the hole. And I'm sure if this is like a normal recurring situation, you got to understand that you're self-sabotaging your account. If you just didn't trade today, you would have just not lost any money. And if you didn't take the sell here that I was telling you not to take, you would have not lost any money either. So you guys just got to be a little careful with these trades here, guys. And I'm not trying to lecture you, Rick, but I do care about your account. I personally do want you to do well, but you got to play this right. You can't just hop into trades because you see them, even though I say that they're risky. You got to be really careful about the trades you're taking, especially on a Friday. In the beginning, I try to give you guys as many warnings as possible why today would be a bad day to trade. For one, it's Friday. For two, Fed speaking today. 3, COVID. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. It's not like, and right here, House passes Biden's plan to fund universal pre-K, Medicare expansion, renewable energy. There's a lot of stuff going on today, guys. Like, it's not that I'm not trading because for no reason. I'm trading because there's a lot of red flags in the market right now. So just be careful with that. So let me just scroll up real quick and see what else I'm missing. All right, scrolling down a little bit. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to see what else I'm missing over here. I'm getting mixed up in the chat. There's so many messages here. Let me scroll up a little further. All right, so next question here was nice. Yeah, no, Peter said 20 lots for 40 points, YOLO. Talanji said daily 3-minute hit right away. Let me check the 3-minute real quick. I don't think there was a daily entry yet for the 3-minute because you're looking for the first valid signal after 6:30. This was a 6:30 candle. I know if you took that sell there, it would have hit TP, but this would technically be an entry for the pivot scalp because you'd have a sell signal that closed below the pivots. So this would be a pivot scalp, which would hit full TP. Again, right here, this buy here would have been a pivot scalp as well and would have hit full TP. So as you guys can see, we have multiple strategies here and they all work perfectly fine, right? So for example, if you're applying this strategy, the pivot scalp right here, you would have hit your full TP right there, right? If you took the pivot scalp right here, there's a buy signal above the pivots. You would have hit your full TP right there. If you took this pivot scalp down here for a sell, you would have hit your full TP again right there as well, right? So 3 back-to-back wins right there. Another one right here, pivot scalp below it. That's 4 back-to-back wins right there. Again, right here, another one, pivot scalp. This one right hit a stop loss. So you'd have 1 loss and about 4 or 5 wins over here using the pivot scalp strategy. So as you guys can see in another one over here, pivot scalp, full TP right there. So you would have had like 6 wins and 1 loss if you did the pivot scalp, pretty much from London session till now. And as you guys can see, the strategy does work perfectly fine, even during, whatever session that you want to trade in. It's just, if you're trading during other sessions, you're going to see some unusual movements in price. Like for example, right here, this is at 245. I think there was news around that time, right? Yeah. So they had Euro current account, even though they're not US news, they still affect the market one way or another. So you guys just want to be careful when you guys are trading outside the market because there's no clear direction. You guys don't have the fundamentals. You guys have futures data, but it's not necessarily as accurate because it's not updating like every single second, like what we have here when we have the daily open during the New York session. So if you want to trade during, London, you probably want to trade a London asset like the DAX or the UK 100 or whatever it's called. I keep changing the numbers. I think the DAX is like DAX 40 now. So it moves a little differently. Other than that, let me scroll down a little bit. Nice, Noel. Noel said I won 243 today. So great work right there, Noel. Talanji said 10-minute pending. Let me get the 10-minute real quick. 10-minute daily. I'm not sure if you're talking about 10-minute daily or the snipe. Probably not the 10-minute. Let me go to the snipe real quick and see if there's anything here. So we got a couple of zones around this area. Right there. Right there. And right there. So I don't see any entries off of snipe right now. But there's probably going to be some zones that are going to develop down this area as price continues to move on further. So other than that, let's go back to the 1 minute over here. As you can see, price is still ranging within this area. I'm not looking to take any trades at this point until price, breaks below above or below the range. I mean, there's different ways that can happen here. Obviously, the range is just getting tighter and tighter as we go. So as you can see, the range is now tighter. Price is squeezing below here. The range is just now moving below here. This is not the high. We'll keep this as a high right now until this one establishes. But you can see that the range is getting a bit tighter. So let me scroll down a little further. Henry said, Sean, it seems you are trading Asia session more consistently. What time Pacific are you trading and are you scalping with the 1 minute time frame? Yes, I'm trading on the 1 minute and there's no specific time that I'm trading. I just look at the chart every couple of hours or so. I'm not sitting at the computer all day. Every couple of hours, if I'm on the computer, I'll just check the chart. If I see something good, I'll take it. But there's no specific time where I'm trading. Like I'll check the charts at like 5, I'll check it at 6, I'll check it at 7. If I see anything good at those times, I'll take a trade. If not, then, I hold off and then I wait for the next time that there's a good entry, because you're not going to find that many good entries during Asia. Market's very slow. But if you do find something good, then, you have to seize the opportunity. That's basically what I'm doing. I don't have a set time where I trade like I do here during New York session because the market's technically closed during that time. So volatility is very low. So I don't necessarily have a specific time, but yes, I do trade on the 1 minute. This is basically the main time frame I trade on now for most of my trades. So this looks like a pending high-low scalp, guys. If anyone wants to take it, another reminder, guys, I'm not going to take this trade because I think today's still a bit risky. The reason why I don't want to take a buy as well, because the fundamentals are so strong for a sell. So the fundamentals here are very strong for a sell. I'm not looking to hop into a buy just yet. Well, I'm not looking to hop into anything, but that's the reason why I wouldn't take this buy even though it's closing. So if you guys want to take it, feel free. I'll mark it up right here, but it's not one that I would recommend you guys take because those specific reasons that I just gave you. Fundamentals are strong for a sell. It's not a very safe trade in my perspective with regard to the high low or any other strategy. It's probably going to hit, but if it does, great. If it doesn't, you guys understand the risk because entering a trade when fundamentals are like 180 points in the opposite direction, 186 actually, is kind of like gambling, right? It's like odds are telling you price is going to continue to drop, but then you go against the odds, where in some situations you'll get lucky and it'll hit, but more times than not, it's probably not going to work out. And it's probably going to hit here, but it's probably going to come right back down. And there you go, full TP off that buy there. So whoever caught it, I mean, you got some balls of steel to take a trade like that, because I wouldn't have taken it. But yeah, no, definitely. That's pretty much how the game works. And you can see price coming all the way back down, right? Because that's just how the market is moving. It's very indecisive. You can see price came down, retested the pivots, also retested that high, and then now it's starting to come right back down. This is why you guys can't get greedy, and you guys got to pull out of these positions right away. So, I mean, you guys can't get greedy. Like I don't know how many times I have to remind you guys. You know, like Rick earlier, Rick mentioned that he was going to hold the position. I told you guys have to pull out of that position because this will happen. And if you, hopefully, if you guys stick to the trade, you guys listen to everything that I'm telling you here, because if you guys aren't listening, you're probably having a horrible trading day. If you're listening, you're having a great trading day, because if you're taking these risky trades, you got to pull out, man. You got to have a TP there. You guys can't think about it. You guys can't get greedy. It's Friday. So if you guys do have profits, send them over. If not, we'll keep looking. So a couple of people did send me the profits for the day. So let's see. Angela's currently up 708 for the day. She locked in a total of 300 off US 30. She took the sell for the breakout, and she took GJ right here. Nice work, Angela. Looking at Noel over here. Noel locked in a total of about 300 today. So nice work, Noel, right there. 243, so close to it. Other than that, Orain right here too. So Orain said he got 1,100 for the day. So he's getting a lot better. You know, consistency is building up right there. Lisa currently right now, she's up 2,437. And you guys can see these are all different people in K2 posting the profits. If you guys have profits to send over, go ahead and send them over. There's a couple people who took trades at pre-market too. So Lisa was up 2,000 over here, up 1,000 over here. Albert was up 276 here on Bitcoin, 1,207 on this account as well. And these are my trades from last night. I was already up 1,000 across both my accounts. Sean over here as well. Sean's up currently 376. So, you know, you guys don't have to have a big account to trade with K2, right? You can have any size account. I know Sean here, he's probably taking smaller lot sizes because he understands the risk today with it being Friday. You know, he's taking all of my statements into consideration when trading these accounts. D over here as well. So D's currently up 1,199, all wins and no losses. Nice work, D. Looks like you just opened a brand new FTMO, so that's great. You just keep your consistency, guys. So as you guys can see here, D's only been trading for about 3 or 4 days, right? She's not trying to pass her FTMO in one day. She's taking her time, but she hasn't had any losses this entire week. So she opened the account on the 16th, which was 3 days ago. Every day, straight wins. You know, if D keeps this up and doesn't lose, then she's going to pass her FTMO probably by next week, if not the week after that. So, you know, it's about consistency, guys, you know, and you guys can't be gambling. I know some people here are gamblers and you guys like to gamble, but it's not going to help you out in the long run. You might get lucky and pass your FTMO right away, but then odds are you're probably going to lose your funded account as soon as you get funded if you keep up the bad habits. So great work right there, D. Also looking over here, yeah, Sean said yes, because first day of funded account. So Sean is now funded. You can see that he just confirmed that he's funded. That's why he's taking smaller trades. Before he was making a lot more because he just wanted to get funded. But now that he's funded, his goal now is to make 300 to 500 a day, which is not bad. You know, if you do the math, guys, like if he does 300 a day or, you know, 500 a day, we'll do a best case scenario, 500 a day times 5 times 4 times 12. That's over 6 figures if he's consistent and can lock that in every single day, which is very possible. You've seen Sean, he's been in the group for like over a year now. He's been very consistent, and that's the key here. Other than that, Paul is currently up 2,788. Nice work, Paul. So as you can see, consistency, right? This is what I'm talking about. All wins right here. Nice work, Paul. Sean over here, you know, pretty much he's pretty consistent. He had one loss there, but he bounced right back. Same with Orain over here, right? Consistency, right? He has one loss, but pretty much all wins across the board. Angela, all wins. Lisa, all wins. Wins right there. Albert, all wins. Me, all wins, right? This is the key here, guys. You guys got to make sure that you guys are consistent. You guys aren't gambling in the market. Wait for the perfect entries and then take them. If I say it's risky, don't take the trade. You don't have to take every single trade. Maddie over here as well. So here's Maddie's, sorry guys, let me check this. Yeah, here's Maddie's consistency. You can see he got funded last week for his FTMO and his MFF. So like looking over here, you know, I just scroll up and these are, he sends me his trades every day, right? He's very consistent. He passed his FTMO up here on November 15th, and then he passed his MFF over here on November 9th. So he has funded accounts here, and you can see his consistency, right? Every day, close out in the green. That's the key, guys. If you guys can be consistent and at least close out the day in the positive, not gambling every day, trying to make like 10,000 a day when you can be making at least 1,000, you know, that's all that matters right here. So great work right there, Maddie. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get across to you guys here. So other than that, I was going to give an update for this trade, but whatever, it already passed. So we're going to move this over here. This is the new high, and fuck, we missed this trade here. So there was actually a sell entry here for a high low. I totally missed the trade there. And this would have been a trade that I actually would have taken. So the reason why I'm not taking these trades is because they're risky. The reason why I would have thought this would have been a really good trade, because two strategies aligned up with each other. So for one, up because price close, we have a sell signal below the pivots. So that'd be a pivot scalp entry right there. Again, this would be a high low scalp because this was low and price broke below here, hasn't touched the low. So this is it's basically two strategies in one. So if I saw this, I probably would have taken it myself, because when you get two strategies that line up with each other, it's almost a guaranteed hit. It's almost always going to hit. So as you can see right here, if you took the trade, like it wasted no time. It literally came below, no drawdown, and it went straight to TP. So this is what I would consider a good trade, a trade that's not very risky. Probability of winning is pretty high. And it's something that I would take, even though there's a lot of other factors in the market causing the market to be risky. This would be really good because both of the strategies here line up. You're basically having a double confirmation, right? Because for one, like say, for example, you have one entry with one strategy. That's basically a 50-50, right? It's a 50-50. Then what you do is you add the confluences. You look at the trend, you look at the fundamentals, you look at the retail sentiment, you look at the news. When you add those things, it increases your probability. If you have two strategies that line up at the same exact time, then your probability is about 100 already, right? Because you basically double your likeliness of it hitting. And then on top of that, prices is also trending down. Fundamentals are also red. The retail sentiment is neutral. So everything's pointing for a sell. And if I got this right here with the double confirmation, I would have taken it. Unfortunately, I missed it. It's all good. But hopefully some of you guys did catch that there. But yeah, other than that, let me scroll down further and see what else I'm missing here. So some of you guys did catch it. Scotty caught it actually right here, locking a total of 537. So this is why it's important that you guys have the indicators so that you guys can take these trades on your own. So great work right there, Scotty. He probably identified it when I was talking. Took it and hit full TP off that. Gotti over here as well. Oh, and here's some more profits here. So here's Brian, right? Another person that's pretty much doing exactly what I've been teaching you guys, right? Brian, all wins, no losses. He made 2,867 today. So great work right there, Brian. And then look at Brian's consistency for this week. November 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, from Monday until now. Look at all the profits every day. This is a consistency that you guys need. You guys can't be having like 2,000 wins and then a 10,000 loss right here because you decided to gamble one day, right? That's not consistency at all. This is consistency. Like pretty much right here, green, 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 green. You want to close each day, take quality trades and close out in profit pretty much every single time. So definitely great work right there, Brian. And here's Rick over here. Rick came back. Nice work, Rick. So Rick actually recovered his account. He lost a couple trades right there, but he came right back. He's still negative 228, but his other trades here are doing great, right? He took the sell earlier. I don't know if he took the sell just now. I think he did because timestamp is 7:08. Looks like he took the trade at 7:03. So he actually did take the sell right here. So great work right there, Rick. He was waiting for that perfect entry. He took it and he scored big. Look at his profit right there, 2,135. Great work, Rick. So as you guys can see, yeah, see, and Rick said, I'm catching my groove now. Took the 1 minute sell right there, and he locked in some pretty massive profit. So great work right there, Rick. That's key. Key is recovering from your losses and getting better. So Gotti over here as well. Gotti's currently up well over 1,000. He made 640 off his first trade and then 590 off the other trade. So great work right there, Gotti. And then Kenneth over here as well. So Kenneth just locked in a total of 798. He took the buys and he took the sell right there for the sell signal. Locked in a total of 798 for the day. So great work right there, Kenneth. Rick said, I'm realizing Rick's strategies suck and K2s are better. No, that's fine, Rick. I know you've been in K2 for a while, so you're definitely building, your trade psychology is like probably the one thing, because I know you like to gamble. So your trade psychology is like probably one of the main things that you have to work on, but just following directions and doing things properly, you'll have a lot better luck. Other than that, guys, I think that's it for right now. There's nothing on the 10-minute daily. This is not a valid signal, so it's not going to be a sell. There's nothing here off the snipe. There's nothing here for 3 minute. This is an invalid signal. Back to the 1 minute, there's nothing here as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep updating the highs and the lows. And if we see more entries, I will try to call them if I see them. Otherwise, I'll go down the questions here and answer whatever I can see. So I have about 64 questions here in the Zoom. So let me just scroll down real quick and see if I'm missing anything. All right, so next question is from Trey. Trey's asking, when you mark the high and lows showing SR, what are the rules for when you move those lines if a new high or low is established and not touched? So bounce the opposite direction. Is that when you move lines? Exactly, Trey. So as you can see right here, so we'll just start from back here, right? I'll show you from over here. We had this high low, right? You can see when price came down right here, price came down and touched the low, right? Or let's do this from over here. So right here, this is where the high low was, right? Price came down right here and established a new high, but you can see that this candle right here touched this one. So in order for it to establish it, it needs to pass 4 or 5 candles to establish it. So with that said, we just ignore this right here. This is not going to be the high. For this one right here, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th candle touched it. So this is no longer the low. We got to move it down to back to the old one that wasn't touched. When it got touched right here, this became the new pending low. So yeah, basically, to make things as simple as possible, whenever they get touched, if they're not established, then you move them to the next one. When they get established, then you move them back to whatever gets closer. Like for example, right here, price established a low, then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles. It didn't touch it yet, right? So this is now the low. Right here, this high, and let me just rewind it. So I'll just show you, this a lot easier this way. All right, so for example, right here, the lows right here, this is a pending high, right? You want to make sure that this high doesn't get touched for 4 candles. That's a new high because it got pushed back farther. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 candles, right? What happens is you move this low lower. So now it gets tighter. Right here, you can see this is now the new low because this low is higher than this one. So the new low gets pushed a little higher. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Price still hasn't touched it, right? So this is now the new low. This right here is pending. This right here might be the new high. So you count this right here. This is the high. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is now the new high. Right here, you can see that this low right here broke it. So as it broke it, this is no longer the low. You go back to the old one because this one's pending. This one right here actually touched this one. So this is now the new one, or it's the previous one until this one's established. So you go over 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 candles. This right here has been established. So this is now the new low. This right here broke the high, right? So if it broke the high, that's an entry for a high-low scalp. With that, you'd enter a long position right there. Let that play out. And there you go, full TP off that. You would have pulled out the position, made your quick profit off that, wait for the next one. At this point, this high has been broken. This is no longer valid. You go back to the old one right here. This right here is pending. If you get 4 candles after it, that's the new high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 5 candles. This is the new high. What happened right here was you go back and you look at the previous low and price broke it, right? So that's another high-low entry. So we had a high-low entry over here, another high-low entry right here, and it also tied up with a pivot scalp. Again, right there. You let that run, full TP. 2 back-to-back wins right there within like a 5-minute period. So as you can see, you guys got to be quick with it, moving your highs and your lows. But as you do it long enough, it'll be a lot easier. So you guys can see that I'm explaining it to you guys, and it's not very difficult because I'm able to just look at the charts. And when I see things move, it's easy for me to just adjust it. Like for example, right here, there's a low. This is the high. I'm not using this high right here because this candle right here touched it. So this has been invalidated. So it's been 4 candles right here. It hasn't been touched. There's another low right here, right? It's pending, but if there's 4 candles after it, 1, 2, 3, 4, then this becomes a new low. This is still the high up here. If this establishes a new high, 4 candles pass, you just move it down a little lower and you tighten up that range. So hopefully that helps, Trey. And that's pretty much how you would adjust the high lows. Or if you want to have all of the highs and the lows on there. So this is what I do during Asia session. For example, if this right here hasn't been broken yet, I'll just leave a line right there. This right here has been broken. I'm ignoring that. This right here hasn't been broken yet either, right? So I'll leave a line right there too. it's kind of messy. That's why I don't normally do that on the live because I don't want to confuse you guys. But when I'm trading by myself, I will mark up all the lows and the highs that haven't been broken yet. So for example, there's another low right here. And I just have these lines drawn up right there so that I'm ready, right? So like, say for example, if price breaks below here, what happens? I take a sell, right? And then what do you think happens when price breaks below here again, down this line? Do you think I'm not taking the sell? No, I'm probably taking the sell. So it breaks below there. We have two high-low entries, another one right there. So this is kind of what I do. You know, we'll go over this during the mentoring session next week. It just depends if you don't have like ADD, right? If you see too much stuff on the chart and you're like, you get confused and you start making mistakes, then don't do this. But for me, I've been doing this like every single day, so I don't get confused by it. Whenever I see price break a structure, I'm like, all right, that's a high-low scalp. And then I'll have like multiple high-low scalps ready. Like for example, here, if price breaks above here, then I'm taking a buy, right? What happens if price breaks above here? That highs have never been broken. So I'm looking for another buy right there as well. So, you know, you guys can stack up these, you guys can make a lot of profit off this. You guys saw my profits like a couple of weeks ago. I took like 15 trades doing this during Asia session. I literally waited for it to break every single high low with, you know, the requirements here. And then I made like a ton of profit in like one day. And you guys remember that, right? It was like, people were like wondering like what I was doing. I was doing that. I was just waiting. So yeah, if you guys look at my profits from, I think it was last week, or a couple of weeks ago, it was a big profit. And it was all done during Asia too. It wasn't even during New York. It was just, I was waiting for them and they came and I took every single trade and they all, some of them hit stop loss, which is fine. But overall, I was up like a lot. So let me just go over here, see if I can find it. It was like a whole day of trades that was taken during, okay, I think it was right here. It was like in October, I believe. That was a while back, but I don't do that as much because it's just, it's risky. Okay, right here. So as you can see for this day, I took a bunch of trades. I only took 2 losses, locked in 12,000 that day. And this was like Tuesday. It was like a Monday to Tuesday, 13,000 on that day. Because I was just doing this. I was like waiting for everything to come up. And it's something that you guys can do too, but you know, it's just going to take practice and patience. So, all right. Hopefully that answered your question, Trey. Let me move on to the next one over here. And, you know, every day I'm going to keep telling you guys like my secrets, right? Like there's nothing here to hide. I don't hide anything from you guys. I show you guys exactly what I do. And some people listen, some people don't. People who listen are like the most successful in K2. People who don't, you know, just don't have they don't have the same type of results, but it's possible to like get it down. It's just, you guys gotta have to actually listen and get this stuff down. All right, let me scroll down a little further. Lisa said, when I funded, I feel no urge to trade it all the time. While doing the evaluation, it's a challenge to have the mindset as you do, because you just want it done. No, exactly what Lisa said right here. So let me scroll down a little further. We have about like 80 messages here. So let me scroll down a little bit. Noah said SMH, gotta cook that dinner. Should have used London as support and taken a buy 2 minutes ago. No, exactly, Rick. Scroll down a little bit. All right, I'm scrolling down the chat to see if I missed anything else. I think we're good for the most part. All right. I'm skipping through it. Solange said, Sean, in your experience, when expecting a variation rejection, does it matter what color the rejection candles are? No, it doesn't, Talanji. What matters the most is the rejection. If it's a bigger wick, then it's an even better entry, but the candle color doesn't matter because on the 1 minute, there's a lot of noise, so that's fine. It's just you're trying to catch that quick move for the variation. Let me scroll down a little bit. Noah said NASDAQ be wicking crazy these past couple of days. No, I agree, because I think there was earnings that were released this week for a lot of the all the tech stocks. All right, I'm scrolling down lower. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Henry said, thanks. What's considered a good trade? So I went over that earlier, Henry. Not sure if you caught it. If you want to, you can just rewind that replay. But that sell signal that we saw earlier over here, that was considered a good trade because it was a double confirmation. Nice. Kenneth said he caught out the small lot. Solange said, I'm done for the day, but if we get a green 3-minute momentum, now would that be the daily? Let me go to the 3-minute real quick. 6:30. Technically it would. I think you're probably talking about this one. Technically it would, but I wouldn't have taken it to Longy because I don't know if you caught what I was saying earlier. The fundamentals are too strong for a sell. So I'm not going to trade a buy, especially a longer trade like that. For the 1 minute, it's fine to catch the quick moves, but on the 3-minute, you're going for like a 250 pip move or a 500 pip move. I forgot what the I think it's 500, right? 500 pips is a pretty big move. And looking for a 500 pip pullback is probably not going to happen. So I wouldn't have taken this trade here. But yeah, technically this would have been a daily if you're applying this one here, but I wouldn't have taken it because it's so far. It's such a far push, right? So for example, if you wanted to take this trade here, like you're expecting it to push up this high, which is a pretty big push, given that each candle here is pushing, it's pushing down further and further. So I wouldn't have taken this trade right here. And I haven't even been applying the strategy. I've just been looking at it to see how it plays out. I know some days it works well, some days it doesn't. But if you remember Talanji, Deswell, the guy who created this strategy, he's one of the K2 members here. He said that he doesn't trade this on Fridays, just like I don't trade the daily on Fridays. So I don't trade this daily strategy on Fridays, or I wouldn't trade this one because the problem with these strategies is that they're daily strategies, right? So for example, they're not meant to hit right away. They're going to hit in a couple hours, if not an entire day. Like for example, right here, you can see this thing took 10 hours to hit, right? The market is closing at 7 right now, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in 5 hours. The market closes in 5 hours. You don't have enough time to hold on to that position to complete the move. So I don't apply the daily strategy on Friday. Deswell, who created the 3-minute, he's just a normal K2 member like you guys. He just started applying the strategy and he confirmed that this is what he's been applying. He said that he doesn't do it on Friday either. So for one, I wouldn't have taken this because the fundamentals are so strong for a sell. And for two, I wouldn't have taken it because the person who started applying it himself even said himself that it doesn't work well on Fridays. So he doesn't apply it on Fridays. So something to keep in mind. If you want to ask someone about it, just ask Deswell in the group. He's the one that's been applying it. We've been doing it on the live, but he's been doing it for like the past 6 months. So he has more data on it. As to like when it works well and when it doesn't. That's why the strategy is unfinished and in progress, because we're still testing it. If it works well, then we'll implement it as an official strategy. But currently right now, we're just testing it. So it's not an official strategy that we are applying or that we plan to apply. So as you can see right here, the low right here has been touched. It's no longer valid. This is now the new pending low. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. Gallo said House passes a $2 trillion economic bill. Yeah, I saw that on CNBC right here. I don't know any details of it, but I don't know if Biden passed it, then I don't know. I don't like anything Biden passes, honestly. It's like weird. Like this dude, like I'm not political at all, but everything that he passes is like trash. Everything he says is trash. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I see things differently. But whatever. I mean, yeah, he did pass this bill right here. And we'll see what happens. We can't do anything about it. Obviously, it's already been passed. So we'll see what happens. And then we'll see how that affects us. I mean, it's not going to matter. Whether he pushes price up, pushes price down, we'll be ready to take trades in either direction. Let me scroll down a little bit. Nice. So Yaya said, I took it, love the high-low strategy. No, exactly. That's my favorite too. It's been my favorite. When it lines up with the pivot scalp, it's even better. Jennifer said, I made a whole $6 in my tiny account. That's too funny. Let's see. Sisu said, Fridays are grab days for market makers, especially like a day like today. I agree. Yeah, so that's what Rav said. So Rav just confirmed, but we don't take the Friday 3-minute daily. No, exactly. Rav remember that perfectly fine when we discussed it the last time. But it's okay, Solange, if you didn't get it, it's okay. You probably just didn't remember because we've been going over that like pretty much every Friday. People ask me, and I confirm it. Lisa said 10-minute daily. I jumped in given the market should be bearish, keeping profit ready. Okay, so Lisa's in the daily right now. So technically this wouldn't be, because here's another thing, like you need to confirm it's a valid signal, but it's fine because you're already in it. Lisa, I would recommend if you want to hold on to it, you can hold on to it, but move your stop loss and profit. Okay, perfect. I just saw your message here. You said TP already in profit. So what I would do is if you want to hold on to it, move your stop loss and profit and just trail it. So for example, right here, your stop loss was above here, and then just keep moving it down. Whenever you see a wick like this, so you see how price wicked up right here, just move your stop loss to the wick. If this candle right here closes, you might want to move your stop loss a little closer so that you've already guaranteed your profits. And then when price swings up, you get automatically stopped out in profit, but you could still hold it for the ride. So that's one thing that you can do right there, Lisa. But one thing that you want to confirm is that it's a valid K2 momentum signal. This isn't valid because it's a green candle within the sell signal. This right here would be valid because it's a sell signal with a green candle within it, or a sell signal with a red candle within it. Sorry. But I mean, you're fine. If you're in it, I mean, the US 30 gods are like looking over you today. They wanted you to be in profit. So I would recommend that you, just be a little careful with that position there and move your stop loss in profit. All right, so I got 99 messages here on Zoom. Let me scroll down a little quicker to make sure I didn't miss anything. Nice. So Kenneth caught the high-low sell, hit TP. Nice work. Noel took the sell too. Nice work, Noel. A lot of you guys took that sell, actually, the one that I missed. It looks like a lot of you guys sent some profits in. So let's see. Sisu, good. Let's see. Anything else over here? Let's see. Kyle said, hey, Rick, can you do me a favor? When you take your own strategy, can you tell me what you're taking? And I'll take the opposite. All right. Yeah, Rick said, I thought about doing social trader opposite account. that definitely would actually probably work. Patrick over here, he's currently up 2,041. Nice work, Patrick. And then his other account over here up 1,184. Nice work, Patrick. And Patrick's calling it a day. So as you guys can see, a lot of members here in K2, they're making some pretty good profit and they're just calling it a day, which is a smart move to do. You guys don't want to be taking anything too risky right now for, the obvious reasons. Let me scroll down a little bit. Yeah, Talanji said this is surprisingly smooth for a Friday. I agree, Talanji. I agree 100%. I'm not in the positions, but I did miss out on 3-4 great trades that we could have hopped in, but it's all good. There's going to be another day to trade. It's not just today. B said, damn, I should have held the sell. Only took it for 100 pips, but it matched the 3-minute. No, it definitely would have been good. Paul said, all right, I'll stick around and watch. Yeah, no, it's cool, Paul. It's basically what I'm doing here. I'm just answering questions. Sisu, Talanji. Talanji said, okay, now I'm done for the day. Paul said he's done for the day. Lisa said she loves Fridays. Nice. Rick said he's up, or he made 2,130. That's great. Paul said, okay, so Paul's currently up 3,250 for the day. Nice work, Paul. I think you sent your profits in the group, right? Because I did see it earlier. I'd missed it, but oh yeah, you did. So you're actually up, or you made more. So the last profit you sent was 2,788. But in the Zoom over here, you said you made 3,250. So great work right there, Paul. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else I'm missing. Oh, nice. So D said, sorry, my sound kept cutting out. Had to update my Zoom app, but caught the sell. So nice work right there, D. Great work on catching that sell. Paul said, my plan is to pass verification by Wednesday, not trading Thursday or Friday. Yeah, Thanksgiving is next week. So Thursday and Friday are probably going to be pretty slow. Even Wednesday might be a bit slow. Solange said, Sean, with the variation, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter with the color. I think you asked that a second time, but it's okay. I think you just want to make sure I didn't miss it. Noel said he caught the US 30 sell from just looking at your screen. Nice, Noel. So yeah, some of you guys here can just look at my screen and see where I have the markups. And when you see price break certain structure, you guys can take those trades. So that's why it's key that you guys are paying attention on this live session. But no, that's great work right there, Noel. He was paying attention. He knew the assignment. Main over here said my Zoom was frozen. Not sure if you answered my question about the 3-minute daily. I mean, so if you asked the question earlier, I probably did answer it, but I have like 99 messages here on Zoom. I've never got the same message on Zoom before that are pending. So I'm not, if you didn't get it, just put your question again and I'll answer it when you get to the bottom. But I'm trying to get through everyone's questions right now. I don't know if I answered it or not. I've just been going through so many questions right now. Yeah, Talanji said we don't get Fridays like this too often. I agree. I'm gonna scroll down and pass through the side convos. Jennifer said a 10-minute daily strategy is at 6:30 a.m. and no. Hey Jennifer, I think you're getting like really confused with the strategies here because the daily strategy is only once a day. So you're asking the 10-minute daily strategy is 6:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. Pacific, right? It's 6:30 a.m. Pacific. So I'm not sure where you got the 10:30 from. It's 10:30 Pacific, strategy right here. It's 9:30 Eastern. So it only comes up once a day. It's a daily strategy, meaning it only comes up once a day. So it comes up after 6:30, but the cutoff time is at 9. If the entry doesn't come by 9, then you don't take the trade. So I'm not sure where you got the 10:30 from. I'm assuming you might be mixing up strategies. So I think what you should do, Jennifer, is you should probably go back and actually just go over the strategies and actually, because I know we talked earlier and you said that you didn't go through the course completely and like you feel like you're missing something. You can just go over these pages right here, right? Because I have all the requirements here. I think you should go back and look at the requirements and I don't know, put Post-its on your screen, write it down like 100 times, like, just so that you can get it down. Like just focus on 2 and then because this thing is really easy. Like literally you just look for the first signal after 6:30 and then that's all that you're looking for. There's nothing else that you need to look at. So the daily should be like, if you know how to look for a signal after 6:30, you should be fine. There's nothing else after. There's nothing else that complicates it. So this would probably be the easiest strategy for you to look at. But like we were talking about before, I think you're trying to do like too much at once, where you're trying to learn the daily, you're trying to learn the snipe, you're trying to learn the 3-minute, both 3 minutes, you're trying to learn the 1 minute, both 1 minutes, and you're mixing all the strategies up. So I think you should probably just focus on 2 strategies and just make sure you actually understand it, because they're not that difficult, right? It's literally a checklist. Because I don't want you to get confused and then apply something that you learned somewhere else or with something else. And because you said 10:30, but I don't see any 10:30. Like there's no 10:30 times that we look at here for any of the strategies. So yeah, maybe just go back and review the requirements and make sure that you're getting it down properly. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. All right, let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, so Jennifer said, I saw something in a course about a second reversal. It's called a mid-market reversal, Jennifer. And we talk about it every day. That's why I mark up the things here. So there's another thing that you're confusing, right? You're confusing a mid-market reversal with a strategy. That's not a strategy at all. It's just a mid-market reversal. That's why we have this stuff set up here. So like, you remember yesterday when we marked this up, I said price goes in one direction from 6:30 to 8. That's why we trade during this time. Price can kind of consolidate to go from 8 to 9. 10 to 12 is usually where the mid-market reversal happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes where market will reverse one way or the other, this way. But price kind of just went sideways yesterday, but it's considered the mid-market reversal. That doesn't apply to any of the strategies. So there's only one entry that's available for the daily. So that's something that you want to like keep in mind, but just stick to like what's recent, right? If like we talked about earlier, just focus on what we cover on the live session. Because I think when you go to the videos, you're getting confused or mixed up with like other stuff there, with other strategies and other things that people have like discussed. Because there's other ways to apply it. Like, we have the mid-market reversal at 10:30. This is not a good example. Let me see if I can find a better one here to show you. Let me go from 10:30 to 10 to 12. Okay, so like for example, right here, right? So let's see if I could find one where it actually did what it normally does. Okay, from 10 to 12 right here. So 10 to 12. I mean, technically you can apply it like using it in a certain way if you want to trade that way, but there's no strategy that uses it. So like, for example, here, 6:30 to 8, price is directional. And this was on the 17th, so this was 2 days ago. Directional, 9 to 10, somewhat of a consolidation range. Again, somewhat of a consolidation range. Price comes back up. And then from 10 to 12, this is the mid-market reversal. So the daily strategy is only taking once a day, but there's a thing that happens in the market every day from like 10 to 12 that normally happens. Doesn't always happen, but if the market's moving how it normally does, it has a mid-market reversal. So if you want to use that, I mean, you can, but it's not going to fall under any of our strategies. It's just it's a theory that that one of our members mentioned to us, and we started to implement it into our analysis. Not necessarily as a strategy, but it's implemented as something to look at or look out for if you decide to trade during that time. Also, Friday, it's not a good idea to trade after 10 anyways, because market closes 2 hours after that. If you're taking a daily strategy that takes about 24 hours to hit, in some instances, you're going to get caught in the wrong position, right? Because you can't hold trades over the weekend once you're funded. And you wouldn't want to hold positions over the weekend anyway, especially for US 30, because price can gap over the weekend. All right, guys, let me go back over here real quick and see what else I missed. So let's see, I got a lot more questions here real quick. Scrolling down. Nice. So Trey said, I was doing the same thing. Keeping the lines that haven't been broken makes sense though. Yeah, no problem, Trey. Nola does the same thing. Definitely nice work. Peter said, Sean, how did you come across the high-low strategy? Because this shit is genius. I've been applying this strategy for years, actually. I just haven't taught it to you guys because I wasn't sure if you guys would be able to apply it properly. Because, you know, you see how well it works, and you guys get, like, people get greedy, right? So for me, it's, you know, I don't get greedy. I've been trading for so long where this is just like, I trade it like I'm a robot. I don't really have emotions when I trade. And you guys see it here in the live session, right? I'll go into drawdown and you don't see me get nervous or scared at all. I just wait. And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But most of the time it does hit. So yeah, I mean, this is really about having patience and just waiting for those perfect entries. But yeah, I've been applying the strategy for, I think, probably like 4 or 5 years now. I just haven't really brought it up to you guys until now because, you know, whenever I find something, guys, I always want to share with you guys because I want all you guys to be successful as well. You guys have seen my success with trading, my consistency every single day. I trade live with you guys every day. I can't hide anything. And, you know, I just share with you guys because, you know, what's the point of not sharing it? At some point, someone's going to learn the strategy, right? Like, even though I put the strategy together by myself, someone's going to figure it out. So it's like, I might as well share it with you guys now because eventually someone's going to figure it out and start using it as well. And that's why we try to limit the signups with K2. So if you guys have been in K2 for a while, you guys have seen that the price for K2 has been going up for new signups, right? And the reason for that is because I don't want like 1 million people using my strategies, right? I want a good bunch of people who want to make money to use my strategies. And it's open to you guys. As more people sign up, the price is going to increase because demand gets higher. I don't like right now we have about, let's see, we have about like 200 or 300 people in the group. This is cool. Fine. This is all right. You know, I'll share my strategies with like 300 of you guys. If it gets close to like 500, 1,000, I'm just thinking the price is going to go up because I don't want everyone using my strategies. You know, if you guys got it now, it's perfect because you guys will continue to have access to this. But as new people try to sign up, or if you guys don't have access to the indicators, you know, it's going to be harder and harder for you guys to obtain because we don't want to be on the radar, right? I want to make my couple $1,000 a day. Like you guys see my profits. I want to make my profits every single day and go unbothered. I don't want the market makers to realize what I'm doing. I don't want anyone to realize what I'm doing. And if I could share with like a good handful of you guys, that's cool, right? I'll share with you guys. And then, but if there's a lot of people that want to join in K2, then I'm not going to want to share too much with you guys. Well, not you guys are fine, but new people who join in because it just causes an issue for me in my own trading. Because you guys can see I make a lot of money trading. So it doesn't hurt for me to just share the wealth with you guys because it's a lot more fun this way. And you guys also help me make the strategies better when you guys run into issues. So other than that, let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Lisa said, let me know where you find the patience, LOL. Jennifer said, do they sell patience at LV? Peter said, so we join, will calm you down. Jay said, have you picked a day for the mentorship yet? So we're looking at Monday next week, guys. I need to put up a poll. We were going to do it this week, but a lot of people couldn't make it. Next week is Thanksgiving. So, or actually here, we'll put a poll. I think a lot of people can do Wednesday because that's what a lot of people were saying yesterday. We'll do either Monday or Wednesday. I'll put a poll up in the group and then we'll set up either Monday or Wednesday or even Tuesday. So I'll put a poll in the group a little later today and we'll see where everyone votes. And if everyone votes for a specific day, we'll set it for that day. And then we can go over this stuff more in detail. So let me scroll over here a little bit. All right, Matt said, this is why we are here, Sean. You're very sincere in all that you say and do. No, definitely, Matt. And I'm glad to see that you've been here with K2 for, you've been here for a long time now, like well over a year. And I'm here to help you guys out. Kenneth said he's done for the day. Have a good weekend, guys. Definitely, Kenneth. We'll see you on Monday. Other than that, Jennifer said millionaire match. I'm probably on the list now, right? Lisa said, I had it wrong. The daily, my order block was covering the signal. Oh gosh, Lisa, it's all good. At least you made some profit off it. Hopefully you moved your stop loss in profit, Lisa, because it looks like it's starting to swing back up. But I think it's fine right there. Jennifer said, close on Thanksgiving, right? Open on Black Friday. So, the market's kind of weird on Thanksgiving, Jennifer. It closes on Thanksgiving, but then it reopens during Asia session, I believe. But the market will be slow because the US market is still closed. So it is half day on Thanksgiving and Black Friday, I believe. Other than that, let's see. Lisa said, Monday is great for me too. Last week I can join the live session, starting a full-time job Wednesday for 3 months. So 1:30 a.m. calls are not possible. Oh no. Yeah, no, definitely. So we'll try to set that up and get that figured out. Jennifer said my memory shot. I had too much fun when I was younger. No, same here, Jennifer. Same here. All right, guys. So let's see. I think that's it for right now. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop some questions in the chat. It's getting close to 8. So at this point, I don't even think anyone should really be trading. It's getting closer to a market close. And as we get closer, you're going to start to see some more unusual movement. So for example, right here, this high right here was broken or it was touched. So invalidated. This high right here was touched as well. So invalidated. This one right here, if this closes, this is possibly an entry for a buy. So this is technically an entry for a high-low scalp if anyone wants to take it. I still think it's kind of risky because the fundamentals are still very bearish, but this would technically be a high-low scalp for anyone who's looking to, take a trade here. You can go here real quick and see this. I don't think there's any news right now. Yeah, news is actually it's coming up shortly. So Fed member Waller is speaking in about 2 minutes at 7:45. So it might be a bit risky to take any trades from now until market close. And the reason for that is because Fed member Waller is speaking at 7:45. He's probably going to speak for about an hour and a half. So he'll be speaking till about 9. And then we have Fed member Clarita speaking at 9. So like pretty much all morning, you're going to have Fed members speaking in this medium orange folders. So this is probably going to affect the market somewhat heavily. Also, we have a tentative Treasury currency report all day today. So you guys want to be very careful with taking any trades. I wouldn't recommend taking this trade here because the Fed is speaking shortly. I mean, if you guys want to take it, you guys are risky, go ahead and take it. But I wouldn't take it for one reason, there's news coming up. Second reason, fundamentals are very bearish. Third reason, retail sentiment is indecisive. There's just a lot of reasons not to take this trade. So I wouldn't take it. If you guys want to take it, I marked it up for you guys, but I don't recommend anyone take it. So if you guys do take it, understand the risk. If you guys lose this trade, you guys understood that it was going to be risky. However, if you guys win it, great for you guys. All right, so I think that's it right now. Let me check if there's anything else here for me to look at. David said, last 2 high-low sells, FX stuff above was small lot effing around. So David over here took these sells using the high-low, locked in a total of 1,473. So great work right there, David. And yeah, I think that's about it for today, guys. So if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Hopefully you guys had fun this week with your trading and you guys had a great trading week. I think everyone here had a pretty good trading week so far. I didn't have any losses, so I'm happy with that. Going into this weekend, happy. Great. I got to order my food for my Friendsgiving later today. Hopefully they can make my food on time. But other than that, I think that's about it. Lisa, I think if you're still in a position, you can probably move your stop loss to this area. If not, I think you should be good. But yeah, the spikes here are crazy. The market is just moving kind of crazy right now. Fed member Waller is speaking now. You can see it's 7:45. So Fed member Waller spoke and then price kind of spiked a bit. So you guys want to just, be careful with it. So yeah, guys, have a great weekend. Be safe. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, email me, message me on Telegram. I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. I'm going to be out of town today. Not for long, but I'm probably gonna be out of town for today and tomorrow. And when I get back, I'll be able to, answer any questions. So yeah, if you guys have questions, reach out. Otherwise, have a great weekend. And if you guys do decide to trade, keep in mind the Fed is speaking all morning. So I would recommend that you guys just don't trade. But if you guys feel the need to trade, then, just be aware that it's going to be a risky time to be entering anything. So have a great weekend, guys. And I will see you guys back